I need Anton Sokolov, but he's missing. Held by another inventor named Kirin Jindosh, who no doubt wants whatever secrets Sokolov holds in his head. Jindosh is the mad inventor who armed Karnaca with Clockwork killing machines, the city where I grew up and trained, where I won the Duke's tournament when I was still a boy. They say the Clockwork soldiers are the equal of Karnaca's best fighters now. I'm going to put that to the test. Rescue one genius and cage the other before he creates an army of Clockwork soldiers.
Say up in Tivia, watch the faces of the... You might want to talk to Hypatia before we head out. She's taken one of the rooms, just for a while, I think. Needed to be away from Adamire. Dr. Hypatia seems better than when she first showed up. Is it truly possible the good doctor didn't know she was the crown killer? Maybe she just didn't want to. That woman worked so hard during the old Duke's reign. For the poorest people in the city. It's good you found a way to keep from cutting Hypatia's throat, despite the situation. And surprising, really.
Nerve of the Grand Guard. Oh, you're here. Stay with me a moment.
Hypatia, what can you remember? I need to find Anton Sokolov. He might be the key to unraveling the Duke's plans.
My memories are disjointed. The Duke is close to his grand inventor, Kirin Jindosh. But that man has the empathy of a mantis. He seems to both admire and despise Sokolov. We visited Aramis Stilton. I liked him, but something bad happened. Just snatches of memory. Sorry.
You should rest easy for a while. Maybe some of that will help.
I hope so. I'm not sure I even fully understand what you did for me, but I owe you for helping me at Adamire. Thank you. My dreams are still filled with visions, some of which I'd sooner forget. When I first got here, I was in a daze. But I'm feeling better. I'm not sure how long I'll stay here, but I appreciate being away from Adamire. A few days' recovery has helped. It might be the salty air or the rocking of the boat. Maybe just being around good people again. Maybe someday, Karnaca will return to the way it was under the old Duke. Theodanis. You be careful. Unless someone can correct all this, the next decade or more might be gloomy indeed.
Megan must be up on deck. That wasn't here before. Botany and diseases. Ramsay and the Crown Killer. 2 pieces of the puzzle. More to go. As assassins go, the Crown Killer was messy, vulgar. The Duke wanted people afraid. Hypatia did terrible things under the influence of her formula, but she's free now. We'll find you, Anton. Jindosh invented the Silvergraph. Clever man. His invention's likely to outlive him. Clockwork soldiers must cost a fortune. If Jindosh finds a way around that, he'll make an army. Jindosh lives in Upper Aventa. I'll have to take the carriage to reach his mansion.
Must I say, Your Imperial Majesty? I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this so-called Crown Killer. When I left Crystal years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaca, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you. Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan Foster, aboard her vessel, the Dreadful Whale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
Let's hope your friend doesn't sink the boat while we're gone. Ready?
We should head out.
All right, let's get underway. Jindosh is important to the Duke's inner circle. The Grand Guard watches his mansion, harassing people who look like trouble.
You said there's a wall of light cutting off access to the carriage station.
Yes, but there's a black market shop nearby. They sell on the sly. Ever use a rewiring tool?
Yes, but it's been years.
Good. Get past the wall of light, then ride the carriage to where Jindosh lives. And there's a reason people are afraid of his mansion.
I'll see you after it's done.
Corvo, take care of this crazy man and his Clockwork soldiers, then bring Sokolov back. He means a lot to me. His home is supposed to be full of marvels. Locals go in as a test of courage or because they're desperate for a meal. Kids, even. People say you can hear them at night, pounding on the windows, calling for help. The carriage will take you fairly close to the mansion. The Duke looks after people like Jindosh. When you're done, meet me back here. If you can't find a rewiring tool, and you manage to get to the other side of the wall of light, there should be a power source somewhere. A whale oil tank or windmill. Turning it off works just as good, and nobody gets burned to ashes. Careful with the wall of light. I once saw a kid dare his little brother to touch one of those things. A second later, nothing left but dust. The Duke's circle is full of clever bastards, all working for a percentage. But no one is like Jindosh. Not since Sokolov. Jindosh entered his Clockwork soldiers in the Duke's tournament. The Blade Verbana. No one could beat them. You won that when you were 16, didn't you? A long time ago. A young man's game. Jindosh won't care who you are or what you want. To him, it's all a puzzle to work out. He looks at you like he wants to take you apart.
Is gone, the age of Delilah is underway. But the danger hasn't passed. Through vile trickery, the so-called Royal Protector Corvo Atano escaped. And he's here among us. I'm sure of it. Be vigilant. Your weight in silver if you bring him to...
I'll tell you a story about Kirin Jindosh, a prodigy from Karnaca. Self-taught, he was hailed by the Academy of Natural Philosophy as a genius who would surpass Sokolov and bring about an age of enlightenment. But just 2 years after his arrival, he was banned from the Academy for life, for reasons that are still not public. When they deported him, he left behind a machine that drank seawater, playing music that brought listeners to tears. They probably took it apart, and it has never worked since.
I got no kids, no wife neither. There was a girl once, but she left. Air's a bit thick. Dust has been a problem lately. Hey!
I don't ever remember it being this hard to breathe.
Watch yourself.
Are you coming tonight?
How are we supposed to get ahead here? Always paying off the Grand Guard.
You should have seen it. Hey! 100 times I thought about leaving this place.
Your face is covered. The Grand Guard won't like that.
I was thinking of heading to my uncle's farm near Sagunto. You can breathe there. If you want advice, don't drink from the canal.
It's getting hard to breathe around here.
Your face is covered.
I told her once, I told her 1,000 times. It ain't my job to check on the grinders. My family and I moved here 3 years ago. Biggest mistake we ever made. I like to play cards. Toss the dice once in a while. Who doesn't?
What's that?
When the Grand Guard go into the place and see it packed solid with blood flies, they burn the building to the ground. And the ones on either side.
They may just smoke flash it. Either way, the jewels will be ruined. We're not getting our money, are we?
Have some faith. It'll just be more complicated than I thought it would be.
The Dukes let the blood flies get out of hand this year. Am I ever gonna catch a break?
Nobody's looking out for nobody right now. We'll go back tonight and dig the jewels out. After that, we'll make a quick exit from Karnaca. My parents were from Tibia, but I was born right here. I work at the processing plant, so unless you need whale guts, I can't help you.
Last week, one of the glass blowers got murdered by the Howlers.
It's like I'm talking
No
to
one
a
is
stone
safe.
wall for all they listen.
If you stay here, just don't go poking your nose where it don't belong.
Watch yourself with the Grand
Your face
Guard.
is covered.
They don't like strangers.
Are you worried someone might recognize
Don't know
you?
you, stranger. Bad time to visit Karnaca. I moved down from Colorado. Thought there'd be more work here. I used to work in the mines. Don't recommend it.
I've seen a whale once. Scary. But I never forgot it. Whatever you're looking for, good luck.
I told her, if you want my advice, just pay the fine and be done with it. No use making trouble.
Someone should have come through already.
Hush. You'll tip off the mark.
How long we gonna wait for some lost aristocrat to stumble through?
Long as it takes. You want to eat, right?
Maybe this ain't such a good spot for an ambush.
God's shaking people down. More blood flies this year. People just ain't walking the streets anymore.
Getting hard to make a decent living.
Wait. He won't go anywhere. Thanks.
Hey, times are hard. Help me out if you can. Appreciate it. I'll let you in on a secret. I saw people coming and going recently, looking for whale oil, up to something. So many people legging it from the city. The Grand Guard and the Howlers won't have anybody to tax or rob. I worked in the silver mines here until the dust got to my lungs. Everybody's got the willies now. Feels like the city might collapse. You watch yourself. The Grand Guard aren't too friendly to strangers. Impressive how you managed to get there. Be careful. Those people in the oil tanks might still be around.
You said whale oil. I got it for you. Not easy to pinch either.
No, you screwed up. It won't work without another tank. Not enough blast. You gotta trust me on this.
All right. I don't know shit about explosives. Never said I did. I'll go out again later and find some more.
Good. You can't rush jobs like this. It takes a smooth hand.
We can't piss around here forever either. Eventually some wanker will see us and the Howlers will catch wind. But I hear you. One more tank.
Am I seeing things?
I'm told they robbed one of our shops. I'd like to see them try it here. There's something familiar about you.
I've been away from Karnaca for a long time. I need a rewire tool, like the ones used by the Grand Guard. No questions. Clear?
Yes, sir. But I can't help you right now. I have people coming in, and I can't be responsible for their manners if you take my meaning. Paolo is coming by. See me later.
Understood.
You should go. We can do business another time. Like I said, Paolo is coming by. I think he's here. Hide yourself. They'll see you if you try to leave. Find a place to hide and we'll do business afterwards.
What? Where did those rats come
I need 8 new cutters, short blades, the good stuff. Morley steel.
I know what you mean.
Do you? Because last time, you gave me some backwater foundry garbage that wouldn't hold an edge, and snapped against Grand Guard armor.
I got taken on that deal too. But I'll make it up to you, Paolo. Lop off maybe 10%?
30. Because I like you. By next week.
That's fair. I made a bad faith trade and I regret it. You'll have the cutters, I promise.
Good, good. These are strange times. Overseers in the Dust District, a witch empress, and these Clockwork soldiers protecting the aristocracy. All bad for business. But if I get my way, Karnaca will be a different city a year from now.
Why's it always so dang hot?
Who do we have here? What's the mask for?
Walk on. You won't like how this ends.
Oh, that's not how it ends? How does it end then? With an old man giving me advice in my own damn city, then being force-fed his ugly mask? Because that sounds like something I'd like a lot.
Beat it. This will be your only warning. What's going on here?
I can feel the old crone's hand. It's so cold. Reminds me of the old lady's hand somehow.
He's gone. What happened?
Another of these... I can't believe you're alive after crossing Paolo.
He talks a good game, but I was putting down his kind when I was 16.
Come in. I might have what you've been asking for. Things were so much better, just a deal well made. This is what I have for upgrading your equipment. Pleasure to do business. You won't be sorry. I shouldn't deal with strangers.
Damn it, I need to pee.
can see Jindosh's mansion from here. The carriage line is blocked. I'll have to unlock the gate.
Hope they accept my transfer. I've got to get over to one of the other districts.
What I wouldn't give for a bottle of pear soda.
Give me a handful of the Clockworks and I'll clean up the Dust District.
I don't know. Maybe the Tall Boys were better from the time of the Rat Plague. They made people stand up straight.
Times change. If the Duke has his way, we'll have an army of the Clockwork soldiers by this time next year.
Entire shipment of werewolves.
Holy shit!
You know, Bella is a friend of the Duke's. She and her husband got one of those Clockwork soldiers months before anyone else. They had a party, and we uncrated it.
If I hadn't spent half my life floundering in Potterstead, maybe I'd get invitations like that. It's all about who you come up with.
Couldn't agree more, my dear.
So why'd the Grand Inventor take the clockwork away from them? Couldn't they have asked the Duke to intercede?
Oh, after the incident, they wanted it off their estate.
But it stopped that family of robbers. Surely Bella and her husband were happy about that.
Yes, but after it killed the thieving couple and their brats, it slaughtered Bella's favorite gardener. Poor Bella said the back patio looked like one of the whaling slaughterhouses in Dunwall.
Repulsive.
Are you all right?
Jindosh could have stayed at the Academy of Natural Philosophy. He might have done some good there. All right, I need to eliminate Jindosh and find Anton Sokolov.
Welcome to my home, stranger. The door is always open to those with the will to pass the threshold. If you're here by appointment, then proceed and bide your time. Otherwise, I'd be remiss if I didn't inform you about the defensive mechanisms employed here, which are quite formidable. Many have entered without invitation, for reasons as myriad as the fish in the ocean. But of those who've dared to explore further, very few have found their way back out. Is waking up.
The space behind the walls.
Continue search. This indicates the search protocol is underway. Search complete. This playback indicates some detection without certainty.
Do you think this thing can see what we're doing?
No. When they're like this, they're blind. They can still hear, though. They'll wake up at any loud noise, or if a fight breaks out.
Still kind of creepy. I have to work hard to ignore them.
I find it kind of exciting. Like being watched, but not really.
Oh. You think at these prices, the man wouldn't keep us waiting?
There's only one Kieran Jindosh. He can charge whatever he likes. Besides, you're rich enough to afford a couple of the Clockworks. I happen to know you've doubled your fortune since the Duke took over the silver mines.
Lower wages means higher profits, but it's my time that's precious. I'm not used to waiting.
Neither am I. When was the last time someone had me waiting for more than an hour? I can't remember. It's almost titillating.
How many Clockworks did you say there were? It's a numbered set, if I recall.
It is indeed, but 36, 46? Very exclusive, whatever the count. Everyone at the Garden Club will be green with envy.
something?
Unauthorized presence.
Maybe my teeth are due for their monthly cleaning.
Get the chance. I'm going to ask for a transfer to the Grand Palace.
someone there?
What?
Activation.
Stay back!
Darnaka needs a good dogfighting club, like the ones in my father's time. Stand it, Joss.
Oh, good show. You've overcome one of my Clockwork soldiers who was bound up.
Jindosh.
Come visit her. My home is always open. It's one of my great curiosities seeing how the common mind can navigate.
What kind of sadistic joke is this? With this machine, maybe you won't have to die after all, Jindosh.
All along the way, and I'll have your body carried to my lab for dissection. You're quite close now. I can't remember any other visitor getting so far. Do you feel pride? Anticipation? You just managed to destroy one of the Clockworks before it could activate. Clever. Or lucky.
Ramsey and the Crown Killer were just the start. I need to break down Delilah's remaining allies. Jindosh, the Duke, all of them.
All movements are linked. Everything has a purpose. It's all connected, you see. It seems you found my bedroom, though I confess sleep usually eludes me. My mind won't stop turning. So many events in motion, each exerting subtle gravity. With Delilah, a new empire could be drawn, and all the old barriers broken. Much could be accomplished. My Clockwork soldiers have played their part, but each costs more coin than a wealthy man sees in a lifetime. It could take years to find a solution on my own. But if Sokolov can be tamed, together we might refine the process, making new Clockworks at a fraction of the cost. Whether I seduce my old teacher with the thrill of discovery, or whether I'm forced to apply the clamps to his flesh and turn on the voltage, no matter. Shifting the walls and floors as if you were born here. Clever. Or are you just moving things at random?
army of Clockwork soldiers. I can't allow this.
I think you'll like what's coming next, stranger. So, stranger, we can add petty thievery to your list of affronts. Whoever you are, you possess a certain persistence and inventiveness. One of the finest views in all Karnaka.
It's a long way down.
When this plays, check Central Front. You're somewhere few would have gone. The very innards of the marvelous machine. Commence lens refocus. Take this opportunity to back charge second coil. Of course.
Karen Jindosh.
Experiencing uncertain something. Combat Protocol 6. Okay, the machine has to
Karen Jindosh.
Something indicates the search protocol is underway.
This must be the shock machine. The other lab machines are draining away too much electricity.
Anton Sokolov, once the royal physician and head of the Academy of Natural Philosophy. In your prime, the most sought-after painter in all the Empire. My hero in younger days. Now, my puppet.
If you're going to use this inelegant-looking device against me, get on with it, Jindosh. Though I'm not sure what you hope to accomplish. I must admit to feeling a bit of professional curiosity as to the function of the apparatus.
Patience, friend, patience. The sequence of events is important. You'll come to understand my electroshock machine, but when? Before or after that light leaves your eyes? And where does it go when it disappears? Who will tell me that?
Has anyone ever loved the sound of his own voice as much as you do, Kieran? Perhaps the device could tell us that.
No, sadly, it cannot. But what it can do is take from you the thing you love the most. Your precious intellect. If you won't agree to collaborate on the next Clockwork prototype, I'll use the device on that brain of yours, Sokolov.
The electroshock machine should work now.
At least I won't be bothered by any more of your rambling fury.
You don't know what you're doing! Anything! I'll give you anything you want! Stop! Don't do this! So much will be lost! An age of advancement!
People like you can't be allowed to run amok.
this? What's that, huh? Wait! I feel so empty right now.
Seen a third of the house. If he can replace members of the Grand Guard with those blasted mechanical men, why not us?
Do you have to ask? Can you imagine one of them pouring tea? It might take your hand off.
Give Jindosh time. He'll figure that out too. We'll be out on the streets.
I wouldn't last a night outside, and neither would you. To eat for days at a time.
It would have to be you. Perhaps Megan came for you in Dunwall. But Jindosh...
He's alive, but I burned his mind out. Used one of his machines against him.
Well, that's the Corvo I remember.
kissed your...
You did it. How is he?
Frail and wounded, but he'll recover.
I didn't think it was possible. You must have a story to tell. I'll hear it back at the ship.
All right, there's